what's up? So it's a new day. That means new plan, new hope, and definitely new results. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go outside of the city of Seattle, which is only pay by time, and we're gonna go to a place anywhere outside of Seattle, which is basically pay by order. And the goal today is to find an area that we can have sufficient volume, so that there's a chance for us to get back to making a decent amount of money. And if we don't get tips, if we do, we'll worry about that later. We'll figure that out in terms of um, picking the right strategy. But the crux of it is that we need enough volume in order to have a chance. So that's what we're gonna aim for today. We're gonna be checking out this new area, and let's see what kind of results we're gonna get.
The first order we get is for $19.50, and this is after 45 minutes from the start of the shift, so it was a little ways of waiting. I think that it was unfortunate, but I was already at the restaurant, so I was already there, and so I didn't really have to drive far. I ended up having to deliver it to a nursing home, which kind of surprised me that they just let me walk to the customer's room, because it's kind of a medical facility too, so you don't really know what's happening during that time. I don't know, maybe they're busy, maybe they got some kind of medical situation going on, or maybe a nurse is helping them. In either case, I was surprised that they just pretty much let me walk in and deliver the food. The next order I got was for Starbucks. It was right after I was able to deliver the first order, and that's good because now I'm feeling like, okay, there's a consistent amount of orders coming in, or rather there exists a consistent amount of orders, and so I was able to get one of them and be able to kind of get the ball rolling with little time in between orders. It's just the first two, but it's a nice feeling, a nice change of pace from the kind of order volume that we were getting working in Seattle. So I go ahead and deliver those orders and go ahead and wait for my next one. The next order that I get, it wasn't actually that great. It was pretty far, and it was taking up a lot of time. But I accepted it anyway, just to get an idea of where the restaurants are and get an idea of what kind of places I'll be delivering to. This one was particularly grueling because Panda Express, they just started making the fried rice when I got there, and so I was waiting quite a while. There was two people in front of me, and they got their orders before me, but they were waiting for their orders long before me. So following that, I get pretty lucky. I'm right next to a pizza place. The tip was only $1, but still, I was able to get that order. And the best part of this order was that it led me back to the main highway where all of the restaurants are. And so, like I said, you just want this chained up so that the orders are consistent, and then you're getting paid out. Next order I get was for Little Caesars, 12 minutes, $11. This is an absolute steal, and I just go ahead and deliver this. I actually ended up in this weird building where I kind of got lost. There wasn't really a map or anything. The directions on the app was it wasn't very clear. It told me to go through this middle section, which I did, but it meant a middle section between two other sections, and so it was confusing, so I had to run around a little bit and to find the place, but I wasn't too stressed about it. Remember, the order volume is the most significant thing that we want for this shift, and so far so good. Oh hey, look, there's a map right there. Alright, the next order we get was for $13.25, with that included a $5 tip. This one wasn't too far, so 2.5 miles. The ratio for distance and food is really good. Overall, I think that because I'm accepting all these orders, I'm in my head, I'm thinking that the volume order is just gonna keep getting better because of DoorDash. Now that instead of cherry picking, I'm instead accepting every order, my acceptance rate is going to increase, and I'll probably start getting some of the access to some of DoorDash's other programs like Priority Access or Top Dasher. So we'll see how it goes. Again, the focus is just the volume towards today. Wrapping up the lunch shift, I get $23.40. these two restaurants are right next to each other, and I'm delivering it, decently far, but I'll end up in a spot that's just good enough for me to pull over and rest, eat some lunch, and it's a good lunch shift for the start.
Oh yeah, what do you know? What do you know? So, leaving Seattle, coming to a different area, I was able to get 10 orders in from 11 to 3. But the first 45 minutes, I didn't get anything. But I only had one app running, and that was DoorDash. And then I turned on the Uber Eats, and then I got an order from DoorDash. But the point is, I got 10 orders. Previously, the 2 times that I've did some delivery in Seattle, I had a total of 13 orders delivered in the span of 8 hours. So, I mean, this is a good turnaround, and that means that the dinner shift, it should be fine too. But we're gonna go through the dinner shift too, just to make sure we're not getting lucky with these numbers, so we can get an idea of what kind of order volume for the dinner shift in this area is gonna be. So things are looking up. I always gotta switch up your strategy. I always gotta see what adjustments you can make so you can get different results, and the results are looking pretty promising. So let's get started on that dinner shift.
The start of the dinner shift, I get a $12.88 from Taco Bell. This is great because when people are ordering from fast food or Starbucks, that means there's a good amount of volume in this area. I'm actually moving pretty slow because if you take a look, I got a drink in one hand, and that just means that I forgot my box that I put next to me in the driver's seat so that I can take things in and out really quickly. But I also have drink cup holders in there, and Taco Bell didn't have any for me, so that's why I'm a little bit slower. Next, I get this $14 order from Panda Express, and they're not too slow this time. They got everything ready. Once I just showed up, I was able to deliver that order, and that was another quick $14 made. Following that, I get another order. It actually took an hour for me to get this order. It was dead time between 5 and 6 o'clock, and I don't know what. I was kind of being stubborn, just trying to stay in one area, which it didn't work out. Next, I get this order from the Meltdown. So this Meltdown place is actually Denny's, and I didn't read the instructions, so I got a little lost. But this happened to me before. One time I got an order from an ice cream shop, but it was actually just a gas station, and I got a little lost. So I guess I should have just read the direction next time to be clear. I also got an offer for a stacked order for $13. This takes me outside the zone, which is unfortunate, but I mean, it was good pay, and I thought that I would be able to get an order coming back, which in a sense I do. I think that it was pretty risky, and I got really lucky getting this next order. This is the final order for the shift. It was for $19. It was a stacked order, so I just had to order these two, and it actually took me close to the direction that I was headed going home afterwards. And so of course I accepted it, and it was a good ending to a new strategy. I think that I felt pretty productive, minus 2 dead spot hours. Like I said before, I think I have an idea on how to approach fixing that problem. But other than that, we met our goal today, found an area with good volume, and I'll go ahead and recap everything in the next segment.
That was the end of the dinner shift, so it went, pretty well. I think totals overall, I made about 220. So I'll have the split posted up, and you take a look for yourself. But other than that, I mean, new approach, new results. So that was pretty good. There's a couple of kinks I'm going to have to work out and figure out how to maximize on some of those dead spaces where I wasn't getting any orders, but at the same time, everything was working out overall. So that's it for this episode. Let me know if what kind of ideas, what kind of plans that everybody else is doing to account for all these the market, especially in Seattle dying down. Maybe your city's dying down for other reasons. So let me know what you guys are doing, and I'll see you in the next episode.